Hello, beautiful soul. So, welcome to A Better World with Adrienne. I am excited to be here with you. I'm excited to tune in with you and just really dive into today's episode. So, today's episode is probably one of the most energetic skill sets, one of the most important energetic skill sets you will ever learn and master in your soul path, in your potential path, in your high performance path. So, the souls that I get to work with and the people that are here building a better world, building new earth, spoiler alert, if you're listening to this, like you are this person, you're listening to this for a divine reason. You are a high performer that's also deeply, deeply spiritual. And high performance means you perform at a high level. You are the 1% of the 1%. Literally no matter what, no matter what the circumstance, you know how to thrive in adversity. You know how to rise. It's just like an athlete. It's just like an Olympian. And something that's been going on a lot for me energetically at the time of this recording is I have been going through really, really immense expansion and challenge at the exact same time, which that's pretty much how it works every single time. And I just felt inspired to share, like, how do you stay in the God zone? How do you stay in the God zone literally no matter what? What is the God zone? What do I mean by that? And yeah, so I'm excited to dive into this topic. It's really, really important. I Yeah, there's so much I'm going to share about it. Before we get into it, a couple things. First things first, the day that this podcast is dropping, the August Activation Breathwork series is starting. So if you want to experience my modality of cosmic cellular breathwork that continues to unlock my potential and hundreds of my clients literally from all around the world in potent nervous system reset in deep alignment with astrology, to use your body as a portal to manifest and deepen your connection to your spiritual magic, your inner landscape, your connection to source. This is for you. It is a 4-week series. You can join us for the whole series. You can drop in a la carte. Obviously, the full series are going to get the deepest transformation and the best deal. So, link is in the show notes to join that. The other thing I really want you to know about is that I'm leading my next New Earth activation retreat in Greece in October. So this is for you if you are the unicorn soul who wants to put a whole year of transformation into 4 days where we bend time on sacred land. We do breath work, we do astrology, we do adventures. You're going to be activated in your DNA. I've been in Greece for a month and literally everything in my life has changed. Literally everything in my life has changed in the most mind-bending, magical, expansive way. So if you feel called to Greece, if you feel called to the Atlantis codes, if you want to get off screens and get into life, if you want to come to Greece in October, go to the link in the show notes and apply. There are just 10 spots available. And I could not be more grateful and excited to lead this and lead you in unlocking your power on this amazing land. So yes, those are the action items. Let's get into today's transmission. So I'm recording this. First of all, this is really like, this is the embodiment of what it means to stay in the God zone, literally no matter what, because when I woke up this morning, and before we get into this episode, let's take 3 deep breaths together. We're doing a mini altar. The altar is how we say thank you in advance to spirit. The altar is how we drop into our minds and bodies and hearts together, and we create heart coherence from literally anywhere in the world. I'm holding a gold Egyptian crystal, bringing in the golden divine healing light. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Release the day. Inhale through the nose. Gratitude for your breath. Exhale out the mouth. Take up space. Final inhale through the nose. Connecting our minds, bodies, and spirits, knowing that you are connecting to a whole network of new earth leaders, of powerful spiritual soul pad from all over the world. As you listen to this, keep holding and connect into this frequency, this network, this energy. Exhale out the mouth. We are dropped into the body. The altar has been set. Our energy is connected. Now I'm ready to channel. Okay, this topic, how to stay in the God zone no matter what. I woke up this morning and I had planned, okay, I'm going to get on a flight to the US today. And Creator had other plans. The first thing was I went to the store and my Apple Pay wasn't working. Now, this all happened on the day Mercury stationed direct, okay? So Mercury pulls focus and Mercury's been retrograding, bringing up tech delays, glitches, all the things from the past to be rewritten, all the stuff. No wonder I got called to Greece during this time because I came to remember a lot of past lives and realize, oh yes, I'm supposed to live here and gonna get my visa in 2026, baby. Spirit had other plans. My Apple Pay wasn't working. Okay. Then the stove at my Airbnb wasn't working. Once I finally figured out how I was gonna pay for food at the store without my Apple Pay. You know, have I been traveling internationally using Apple Pay? Yes. Did I realize that's kind of risky? Yes. And you live and you learn, babe. And then what was the other thing? Oh, my flight. My flight got delayed. I ended up, okay, I got a different flight tomorrow. And so my whole day changed. And it was like, I was on the phone with American Airlines for like 45 minutes. I was trying to make breakfast in this Airbnb before checking out. The stove wasn't working. The Airbnb host came to like help me with the stove. And it was just kind of like a clusterfuck, to be honest, of like delays, glitches, like all of these things. And I was like walking, I was just like experiencing it. And I was just like laughing and I was like, this is honestly insane. Like I get to make this up. And I really was witnessing myself. And this is something powerful that you can do literally throughout any day is witness yourself and witness the energy you are bringing to every single situation, literally no matter what. And so I was like, I was walking to my second Airbnb because I got to find one for tonight, which happened super magically. I walked to a coffee shop with people I knew, and within 5 minutes had someone literally standing in front of me, walking me to my new spot. It was really powerful. That's what happens when you're in alignment. Okay. Manifestations are quick, quick, quick. So I was like walking to this new spot and I was like, I'm so in the God zone right now. I'm so in the God zone. Literally, no matter what, it was the most chaotic morning. And to be quite honest, like I said in the introduction, like I've been going through really intense cellular, visceral challenge behind the scenes. All happened during Mercury retrograde, all happened with this Saturn conjunct or Pluto conjunct my natal Saturn, which is something I experienced 2 years ago. When I was living on Maui. It's a time of a lot of death and restriction. And I was like, wow, most people would shatter under this energy. And I'm not saying that as a flex. I'm saying that as this is what's possible when you stay in the God zone. Okay, so this episode exists for you to stay in the God zone, literally no matter what, literally no matter what circumstance, literally no matter what challenge. Like, I was literally laughing and having the time of my life and being silly and having inside jokes with Creator all morning as basically shit fell apart. I was like, oh, I'm not able to buy groceries right now because I don't have Apple Pay. I'm like asking people, I'm like, do you have 15 euros? Because I'm trying to buy this. Meanwhile, they don't speak English. It's just like, it's hilarious. Um, and I was like, wow, I'm just so like leaned back. I'm so chill. I'm so in the God zone. And what do I mean by the God zone? If God is a challenging word for you, you can use creator, you can use universe, but like, or one of my coaches, she calls it like the freedom zone, but it is literally an unshakable connection to the light that cannot be tampered with. Literally anything can happen in your life in life, anything can happen in your day, and you will not be disconnected from the light. That is called the God zone. Okay, one of the craziest things, and by the way, I'm demonstrating the God zone right now as I record this because my luggage is in storage somewhere. I don't have my mic, I don't have my ring light, and I'm committed to the podcast. So here we are. I'm showing up, right? In the God zone, literally no matter what. There's this thing that happens when circumstances occur that are less than optimal. They are painful. They are not what you desire. They are maybe the opposite of what you're manifesting, okay? If that makes you go into doubt and go into fear and go into lack and go into like all of these things, scarcity, you're not in the God zone. You got hijacked by dark forces, which are designed to make you forget that literally God source energy, creator, whatever word feels correct to you, but this unseen force that holds us all, that is here to co-create with us and help us and make magic with us. Like, if things happen in your life or in the world and you are just like pulled into chaos and darkness, you are not in the God zone. And so I'm sharing literally 12 things I've been doing, 12 very simple key things to help me stay in the God zone. As honestly, a lot of shit has been falling apart in my life behind the scenes. It's crazy because I am in Greece and I was in Paris. I've been in Greece for a month. I have experienced so much wild magic, abundance, joy, love, adventure, like peak core memories, like literally life trajectory shifts. And with these really intense astrological transits, like I had like 5 important projects like just completely shatter behind the scenes. Like I've had things come up with the family. I've had like a lot has happened behind the scenes that has been immensely challenging. And I've been using these tools to stay in the God zone, because what I know about the God zone is that when you stay in the God zone, these things get fixed by God sooner, faster, quicker. You are able to access solutions. You are able to stay in your power. So something that happens a lot is people go into shame, people spiral down, and then you start manifesting even more things that you don't want, right? So like the opposite of what you actually want, right? So here are the 12 things how to stay in the God zone, literally no matter what. Like literally no matter what. You could have, like there's so much pain going on in the world. You can stay in the God zone, and actually it's really important for you to stay in the God zone, okay? You could have no money and stay in the God zone. You could be single for 5 years and stay in the God zone. Like you could be working on your business and feel like you're failing and stay in the God zone, because the God zone is literally the only place where miracles exist. The God zone is literally the only place where love and abundance and expansion and every desire on your heart exists. So you've got to get out of this living life based on circumstance. like, oh, this circumstance happened, and because of this circumstance, I'm going to either feel good or bad. It's no, it's not have, do, be, it's be, do, have. And the most important step of be, do, have is you stay in the God zone relentlessly. And so I decided, as shit started falling apart in my life, which by the way, my book just keeps getting better and better and better. It's crazy because so much fell together and so much fell apart at the same time. And it's like basically the energy of literally anything that is one smidgen off of in alignment is dying. So that's just what I've been in. And I know that this has been helping me, and it's my deepest intention that it will help you stay in the God zone literally, 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 no matter what in your life. So let's get into the 12 things. Number one, you just decide that you are. So I decided, I was like, oh my goodness gracious, because it was like one thing happened, then the second thing happened, then literally 4 things happened in the same day. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh wow, I know this energy. I'm staying in the God zone literally no matter what. I am relentless, because what I think about and what I invite you to think about is your end of life review. Like at the end of your life, you are going to see every single moment of your life where you either chose the light or the dark. And dark is a lie. Dark is evil. Dark is when you shame yourself. Dark is when you dehumanize yourself. Dark is when you go into fear and lack. Okay, choose the light literally no matter what. I said, okay, shit's falling apart. This is not good. This is not what I desire. And it's it's bad and it's good, you know? Like I'm relentless. I'm choosing the light literally no matter what. Like something I learned, especially 2 years ago when I went through such a deep, intense challenge when I left Maui. I went into depression for several months because I allowed myself to get separated from the God zone. I allowed the words of other people to shame me and separate me from my innate access point to the light, literally no matter what is going on and no matter what circumstance is happening in my life. And you know, these things started like shattering before my eyes, and I'm like, oh, I know this energy, and and guess what, I have more tools this time, and I'm relentless. Literally no matter what happens, you cannot separate me from God. You cannot separate me from the light. You cannot take me out of the God zone, baby. And so step number one, you got to decide, I'm staying in the God zone literally no matter what, or creator zone, the magic zone, the freedom zone, or just the zone. How are you going to stay in the zone no matter what? Okay, first you just decide. Second, say yes or laugh. Say yes if it's energetic truth. If you feel something like a dark thought or something come in or a word from someone else, and you know it's not truth, it's not source truth, it's not from love. Every single thing in your life is boiled down to love or fear. It's very, very simple. It's so simple, it's annoying. If it's fear, you laugh at it and say, LOL, not true. And then you neutralize it. Then you can be in play and curiosity. And it's not such a big deal. It's not like, oh my God, I'm making this mean something about my character and my soul and blah, blah, blah. It's like all of that, first of all, isn't helpful or true. And second of all, it takes a long time. If you actually want to pivot into the reality you desire and get through any kind of challenge faster, you just laugh at it and you just neutralize it. It's like, oh yeah, like whatever. Like I'm not gonna be reactive. Like this, obviously it's not true. I am not my thoughts. I am not the words of other people. I am not projections. I am not ABCDE. I'm a child of God. I'm in the God zone. Boom. Say yes or laugh. Okay. Number 3, remember, you've been praying for this moment literally your whole life. When you start manifesting desires, you will automatically be shown every single thing that is out of alignment, that cannot come with you, that you must shift for you to receive your desires. So for me, what I've been thinking about is like, this is the greatest moment of my life. I've been praying for this moment. I've been praying for this amount of uncertainty, for this amount of shattering, for this amount of challenge. Like I have been praying for this, and I will pass this test because I am building the vessel for my deepest desires. I'm building the vessel for literally my next quantum leap, I'm really feeling quantum jump right now because there's no reason why anybody needs to wait literally 1 second to have a new reality. Time is an illusion. Okay. You've got to remember you've been praying for this. This is the greatest moment of your life. That's how you stay in the God zone. Like yesterday, something insane happened that was really, really hard. And I cried for like 2 hours. And the whole time I was saying, like, hey, I prayed for this and I'm feeling the pain on purpose because I know I'm cleansing myself and I'm cleansing my aura and I'm cleansing my spirit. I will pass this test. And I even said, I was like, if there's more, I can take more pain. If there's more pain I've got to cleanse, give me more, bring it on. And it was almost like I can do this, like let's go, like I will pass this. It's really, really powerful. Okay, number 4, it's a privilege to play the game. Okay? When you live a life full out, you will have challenge, you will face plant, you will have moments of really, really, really intense circumstances that are like challenging. Okay. It's a privilege to play the game. When you play the game of life, you get your ass kicked every once in a while, and that's fine. You stand up with a smile on your face, with blood, with sweat, with tears, with dirt, and you go again because it's a joy and a privilege to play the game. And when you remember it's a game, then it neutralizes it, is that it doesn't get so serious. Okay. Okay, number 5, set a timer and transmute your emotions. So that's what I was doing yesterday. I had this big overwhelming wave and you know, maybe it was the full moon and all of this stuff, but I was literally like sobbing. I set a timer and I was like, okay, here's how you know. It's a lot of people live their days being at the mercy of their emotions, okay? You cannot allow that. You've got to stay in command of your mind, your body, your nervous system, your emotions, your brain, literally everything. You are in command. And we do not bypass. Okay? It's being an energetic Jedi. That's what one of my coaches says. So what I did was I set a timer and I allowed myself to cry. Because I was like, I am feeling these feelings to transmute them. I am not going to bypass them. I am not at the mercy of them. I am allocating time to transmute my emotions. Because the only time our emotions mess us up, the only time they get stuck in our body, this is, I believe in every cell of my body that this is where cancer and dis-ease comes from, is people living with dreams inside them and never making them, which is just stuck energy. And when you don't feel your feelings, that's stuck energy. It cannot be stagnant. You've got to flow. If you want your life to flow, you've got to let your emotions flow. Okay. So I set a timer and I just sobbed in bed and I was like, wow, I'm feeling this pain. And it was on my terms, right? I'm not a victim to my emotions. Okay. That's how you stay in the God zone, right? Okay, number 6, protect your brain and your energy. I am not sharing my challenges with people who can't handle it. I am not scrolling social media. I am not exposing my vulnerabilities to people who, first, don't live life this way, and 2, people that literally cannot hold the amount of certainty that I am holding. I am not sharing my vulnerability with them. That's really, really, really important because those kind of people will like catapult you out of the God zone with their own, like, you've just got to protect your brain. You've got to protect your psyche. You've got to protect your energy. You've got to protect your soul. Not everybody gets to know what's going on in your life, especially when you're going through a challenge. And it's like, it's one thing to share about a challenge you went through before. It's something completely different to be like, wow, I'm in the midst of a major, 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 major challenge right now. That's what I've been experiencing. I am not sharing with barely anybody the details of it because I am protecting my brain and my energy. I'm also protecting my brain by being on my phone a lot less. Okay, number 7, double down on health. When you're going through a challenge and you want to stay in the God zone, you've got to double down on health. Most people ghost health. They're like, I've got to be focusing on doing A, B, C, D, E. I've got to be doing this. And it's like, you've got to be focusing on the foundations. The times when you feel like the times when you feel like you don't have time, or when you don't feel like it, are the times when it matters the most. You've got to be eating correctly. You've got to be drinking water. You've got to be exercising. Like all of these things really, really, really matter. Okay, number 8, breathwork, meditation, visualization to stay in the God zone. I've been doing breathwork every day, resetting my nervous system. It's safe to move through this. It's safe to experience this. It's safe to trust Creator. It's safe to be in my body. Like my body is my body obeys my soul. And the way that happens is through breath work. Otherwise, my body would be like, this is unsafe, and just, I would go into panic. I would go into like fight or flight. Maybe I'll change the episode to be how to stay in the God zone amidst challenge. But I kind of like this, how to stay in the God zone literally no matter what, because no matter what's going on in your life, whether it's amazing or it's amazing, honestly, it's all amazing. But if you're feeling like you're being stretched to the edge in like a really, really edgy challenge, it's like, wow. But this is true for everything, right? Breathwork, meditation, visualization, you've got to be tapping into your future self. You've got to be tapping into the truth of Creator. When you do breathwork, you access other realms. You access God. Okay, I cannot tell you how many of my clients have told me after breathwork, I just met God. You want to experience it? Do the August activation breathwork. You want to experience it? Become my one-on-one client. Apply in the link in the show notes. Like, this is insane. People compare it to ayahuasca. And I have actually sat with ayahuasca for the first time now. And I might do a podcast on that one day. That happened many months ago. It is like ayahuasca, but different. Visualization, you've got to be tapping into, you cannot be at the mercy of the current circumstance. You've got to be tapping into the truth and your vision and just move beyond the current moment, right? Okay, number 9, ask yourself powerful questions. Some powerful questions I've been asking myself as, shit's falling apart behind the scenes. It's like, okay, how would my highest self handle this? What's the next correct move of integrity? If I had no fear, what would I do? If I had no shame, what would I do? If I was worthy, what would I do? What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? Okay, that's from the book, The One Thing. What's essential now? Okay. Like, asking yourself these powerful questions automatically puts you in the seat of your potential when it would be way too easy to spiral out. So ask yourself powerful questions. Okay, number 10, deepen your, okay, this is the part where I can't read my own handwriting, LOL. Okay, deepen your oracle and trust the power. Okay, here's the thing about power. Power is not built in the easy moments where everything is green light, green light, green light, green light, green light. One of my friends said to me 3 years ago, she said this, and I'll never forget it. She said, true power is built in the down. And I was like, oh shit. That's where your power is built. It's built in the challenge. It's built in the literally things are falling apart moments. Who am I when things are falling apart? Adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. Who are you when things are hard? What do you do? How do you move through it? Okay? And it's a time to deepen your oracle. These moments are where you actually, it's interesting because the dark forces know how powerful it is to be someone who feels like broken in a way. And not broken as in like I'm broken, I need to be fixed, but I'm like, wow, like I literally just like I feel broken, right? I'm like things are shattering, you know? Things are shattering, and this is the time where you actually can get the closest to creator. This is like empty feeling, and not an emptiness of like I'm empty, but like my life is being empty, my life is being cleaned, and literally the only thing that remains is me and my connection to creator, me and my connection to God. This is where we're actually the most powerful. This is where you can deepen your oracle. What's your oracle? It's your psychic gifts, it's your psychic knowings, it's your spiritual powers. Okay. And my whole vision just got super blurry as I said that. And I saw a spark of light out my right eye. Like, this might be one of my most powerful podcasts because I'm literally sitting here and just being really real with you while also protecting, you know, my energy about what I'm doing behind the scenes. Like, my oracle is deepening. I've never felt closer to creator. I've never felt like my ear is low to the ground with creator right now, with God. And this is how I'm staying in the God zone no matter what, because I'm like, actually, this is like one of the most powerful times and access points to the God zone literally ever. There's no way I'm not using this. Okay, number 11, lean into aligned support. If you don't have mentors, if you don't have healers, if you don't have coaches, if you don't have guides who literally their whole job is to hold space for you through literally anything and everything, and challenges that honestly most people will never even understand, let alone entertain, let alone experience and move through powerfully, you will not be able to stay in the God zone. Okay? I have leaned into my mentors more than ever the past few weeks specifically. I've leaned into my mastermind. I've leaned into my one-on-one mentors. I have leaned into breathwork. I have leaned into my Kabbalah teacher. I have leaned into my Kabbalah network. I have leaned into I have a few colleagues that are like really powerful new earth wealth builders and creators, and like these are the things that are going to help you stay in the God zone when you have human moments. Like I literally called one of my friends and I hadn't talked to her like on the phone in like 3 months. And we have that connection where we can just drop in. And I was just like, yeah, I was like, I think I've told 2 people this. And she's like, well, yeah, not everybody can hold it. And I was like, exactly. You are literally one of the only people in my life that can hold this. And in a very, very specific, correct energetic of expansion. So if you don't have mentors, if you don't have healers, if you don't have coaches, if you don't have guides, you've got to invest in that. Like if you're in this work, this is if high performers, like anybody who's a high performer, doesn't see that as a luxury. That's an obvious no-brainer, like, duh. Having mentors, duh. Having coaches, duh. Investing in myself powerfully to expand, duh. Like, I just think about the way that I was raised, and I'm so grateful for it. It's like I had a piano teacher starting at age 4. Why? Because I wanted to learn how to play piano. I wanted to learn fast, and I wanted to get good. So what did I do? I got a teacher. Like every single successful person in any area of life has teachers and mentors and coaches and guides literally forever. Like that's a non-negotiable. So you've got to have that if you're going to stay in the God zone, no matter what, especially as we move forward for New Earth, because this energy is only going to get more intense, my loves. Okay. And number 12, you've got to connect to the land and the stars. So I've been really, 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 a lot of this has been prompted by my time here in Greece. A lot of it's been prompted by the astrology. Like when things started shattering, I was like looking at the astrology. I'm like, oh, Oh, yes. I've been through this transit. I know what this energy is. This is the second out of 3 times I will experience this transit. And I just kept studying the astrology. I'm leveraging the astrology. I'm obeying the astrology. I'm making decisions based on the astrology. Like there's certain, I would probably be playing more like aggressive offense, I would say right now, if the astrology was different because of the way the astrology is hitting my unique chart and impacting my unique planetary blueprint. I'm actually pivoting in a few key ways because I know the energy. And the energy is like death and restriction for the next little bit. And I was like, okay, I obey the energy. I obey spirit. I obey. Okay, time to pivot, time to make decisions with this energy, not from a place of fear, but just from like, this is the energy. I read the energy and I go. I'm an astrologer, yo. You don't want to argue. Here's the thing. You don't want to argue with divine timing. Divine timing will always win. You want to click into it. You want to surrender to it. You want to flow with it. You want to create with it. Okay. And connect to the land. I've been swimming in the sea, feet on the earth. Anytime something comes up where I feel like I might be pulled out of the God zone, I step outside. I feel the wind on my face. Okay. Get your head out of the damn screen. Remember who you are. Right? So this is how to stay in the God zone no matter what. I hope this served you. Literally, no matter what you're going through in your life, you can take these 12 things and make magic out of this. Like this moment is fated. You are here to spin this to gold. Okay? If you want to work with me and access this magic and master this, August activation breathwork, link in the show notes. Greece retreat, link in the show notes. I have one space open for one-on-one mentorship, link in the show notes. I love you so much. I believe in you. I believe in a better world. I'm really glad I channeled this episode. It feels so good to share. It feels so potent. It feels so real. It feels so true. Let me know what stuck out to you. You can message me on Instagram. You can email me. And the biggest way, if you want to master this, is to become my client. So all of the links to everything are in the show notes. I believe in you. I believe in a better world. Staying in the God zone, no matter what, is literally the only way we'll make a better world together. And each of us have our challenges. Each of us have our stuff. And when we move through it powerfully and we manifest visions unconditionally, that is when we make a world we're proud of. So go out there, be the change, be the light, make a stranger smile. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.